seeing the seeing. The maintenance is stopped. Something is wrong or something like that. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, and developer is kind of new. He is not added to the Sailpoint yet, like his identity is not yet onboarded to the Sailpoint yet. Now we can add him like again. We have to just a minute. So anyhow, the moment employee is going to onboard, it could be developer, any person. The moment of first account will be some authoritative system. The moment he is going to update Sailpoint, basic Sailpoint account will be created, so he will be definitely visible this page in this email recipient. That is what I'm asking. Yeah, he will be visible the moment he is updated in the authoritative system. He will get some basic level access to the Sailpoint. So he will be visible, definitely 100%. So that's the reason I said I never came across this situation. We need to add some identities manually, something like, if you want to trigger, you can do that for reports. I have done that by email recipients from back, and we have a entry key called email trigger or email to identity email. Something is there some entry key. If you want, you can trigger a particular identity in that scenario. Yeah, that is what I'm asking, like particular, and out of these reports. I think both are similar to email recipient only. Yeah, so it sounds to be definitely 100% identity will be there. Okay, there's a developer, and definitely he'll be there in Sailpoint. He'll have some basic level of access. Yeah, so any other questions? No. Yeah. So let's talk about this previous result action. So you can, using this, let's say, perform attendance. Task is going to execute at 5-minute basis. Then how many AMs? It's been executed so far. No. Let me try to find any other answer. Okay. So here you can check right. 61, 62, 63 number is there. So using this previous result action, if I'm going to execute the new task, then what about the previous task? What action need to be taken? If previous task results is delete, then it will delete the previous task result, and we will execute. It will store the new task results. If you don't want to delete, you want to rename the old task result. If you don't want to rename, then you can select rename old task name. It will happen. It will rename the old task name like 84, 83, 82 for each and every execution. It will change the task name. I mean the numbers will be updated. If you want to update those number 2 new tasks, then you can click on the rename new. Okay. So it's quite simple. If you are going to cancel, I don't know what will happen, but delete it won't. The previous task is of won't be there. Yeah. Right, I have covered everything. So today let's talk about reports. Just a minute, guys. Okay. Can anyone tell me why we are going to general the reports always? So has anyone in the senior level who is looking for reports very often? Coming subordinate simple language. We are going to collect the data about some object, and the object could be access request. The object would be identities. Okay, the object would be anything. We are going to collect all the data, and we are going to prepare a report previously before Sailpoint, or I don't know. I'm not sure if we have to do it manually, but after Sailpoint or after any other, I am too. We can easily generate the report. So, based on the requirement, let's say if they want to prepare some data related to application identities. We have standard reports already, so just you can go ahead and you can execute. If this report is related to certification, we have these mini certification. I mean reports you can execute and you can capture the data, the purpose. You can collect all the data you can capture and you can send it to the appropriate required people. Okay, let me mention. Combine all the required data. From any source. When you say combine all the required data, what do you mean exactly? Okay, so let's say auditing is saying you need to prepare a data related to certification. In that, how many columns will be there? Basically, they will ask about certification. But from our end, we are going to prepare a data right. Let me open one day. Like, what all do we need? Employee name, employee ID manager, manager. Let's say employee name, first name, last name, email ID, department location is there. They will basically tell you we need a report for identities. But in that scenario, if you want to capture all those details right, like first name, last name, each and everything we need to capture and what is required, what is not required. So from there, we are going to capture those data. So we have these many standard attributes, so we can execute 90% the requirement will. We can utilize the standard reports out of the box report. You can say so 90% of the time you can achieve using this only, but 10%. They want to create some custom report. So in that scenario, are you getting? So that's the reason I mention combine all the required data, or you can mention all required data, column anything from any source. The source could be anything. If it is a JDBC, then you have to combine all the data using joiner left, join right, join using table. Is it make sense? Yes. So the reports. These reports can be for any purpose, right? Any purpose or date or performance, or it could be anything. So let me execute. One report will come to know. So whenever you want to access any report, go to Intelligence, click on the reports here. We have 4 tabs, like My Reports, Reports, Scheduled Reports, Report Results, the Scheduled Reports. It's a related to scheduled task. Only the same thing. You can do it. Okay, you can change the clone expression when you want to execute on a daily basis the execution frequency, each and everything, you can do it. So let's talk about reports. Okay, let me check to have any certification triggered already. Yeah, I have to certification. Okay, So our team is asking for some certification-related information. Okay, they want me to provide so. In that scenario, access review decision report. Something is there. Let me execute one report. Just I click execute. Review decision report. Yeah. And that bank got 700 applications. Yeah, because I have worked for Royal Bank of Canada and Capital One.